Good evening and welcome to Monday Night Poetry. I know the ambiance is a little dim because I was trying to set the tone to be a little different as our last Monday in the month of December 2020. I am going to, welcome to Monday Night Poetry, as I stated, and I wanted to read a poem to you tonight. I've been thinking a lot over the last several weeks about how to spruce up the Monday night poetries, and I have some really good ideas. People have been sending me some ideas and some suggestions, and of course, my daughters are always helping me come up with better ideas than what I'm doing. And so I'm looking some of those things over. Um, I am not a tech savvy person. I'm gonna be honest with you. I can operate a computer. I know all the, databases and all of that stuff. I don't care for certain programs. Like I do not like Excel. I used to despise PowerPoint, but now I really like uh, the operation of it and the value in PowerPoint. But my daughters are the ones that are the techies. So if I will, I'm not a cut corner type person, but I will cut corners if it's necessary when it comes to technology. So with that, I wanted to share that I had received some emails. Now, this is Monday Night Poetry, granted, but this is actually Tuesday because I had received some emails about there were people that did not view yesterday's Monday Night Poetry because I went live, as I said I was going to do, but some live features you can save, I guess, but this one I wasn't able to. So I do apologize for those that um, uh, did attempt to tune in as you normally know that I do, post the video following, either right at 7 or shortly thereafter, for the video to be available to be viewed. And it wasn't last night. And so I'm redoing as much as I can to sort of reenact yesterday for that. So I apologize. I'm working on it. I'm working on making sure that I either notify you if I'm going to go live or make sure that I find a way to record the live. Anyway, I said all that to say this. Um, I don't like my phone. I got an amazing Christmas gift that was this little media kit to help me through this process. And so I'm still trying to get that hooked up. But I'm an Android type of gal. I do not like iPhones at all. So I do not plan on getting an iPhone. But I love Androids. So if anyone has any suggestions on the best Android, that would be super, super great. So I'm going to jump right into what I did last night, which was read a poem that I've written that will be in a chapbook coming up here soon. And this poem is titled The Animal in Me. And what I'm endeavoring to do with this poem this evening is to gain an understanding from those of you that are listening uh, in light of things that are occurring in our lives today, whatever that may be for you, and how this poem speaks to you personally, and maybe how this has affected your life or your relationships with others, be it in the workplace, in your life, in your home, domestically, in the grocery store, in the library, wherever you go, how this poem may fit. I've always felt that although my poems are personal for me, some are autobiographical and others are not, as far as the poems, but I always have felt that the things that I write about can connect and do, in fact, connect, or others can find connections to my poems. So if you could, and if you would, at the conclusion of this Monday night poetry piece, just drop some ideas and some thoughts on how this poem or how you found a connection to this poem. And I read The Animal in Me. I never wanted to be the elephant in the room. You know, that feeling of being larger than life. Everyone staring at you, wishing and hoping that they can touch you for whatever reason. Somehow, I always was, though. Like an elephant, large, slowly moving, not appearing to be much of a threat. But when I approached you, my massive presence overwhelmed onlookers to the point of captivity. I had them. I would always have their attention. I'd have their minds and their thoughts, maybe their fears, perhaps. I never wanted to be that melanistic animal, the only black one in the crowd. I took pride, however, in my ability to stand out, as oftentimes I learned that I was the brightest while being the darkest. But I never wanted to be that whale swimming in the ocean, the one thing that would stay put, didn't have far to go. Even though I was gentle and I was kind, a protector of sorts, I always laid low. But when I came around, others always felt my presence, you know, when I was drawing near. Thank you. The animal in me. Feel free to comment and share with me your ideas and what this poem means to you, and if you were able to find a connection, and if so, what that connection was. So thank you for joining me for Monday Night Poetry. Any suggestions on the poetry night process for me would be greatly appreciated as well. And as I've always said, when you write for yourself, not for anybody else, when you write for yourself, you'll find that the right people will follow you. Thank you, and have a wonderful rest of your year. And this is our last Monday in the year 2020. God bless.